What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we are live on the test server to showcase both Jetni the Giant, who is the current Fragment event fusion, and also the duo champion in Alsgor Crimsonhorn, and throwing them together in a Demon Lord Clan Boss team to try and see their potential. Because there is other options such as Helicaf, who was a previous fusion, very strong one for the Clan Boss. But with other ones coming into the game, I just need to judge how good are they going to be for players, and I feel like I put together a really good composition that will really highlight their kit. This is also going to be broken into a two-part video, so towards the end, we'll be taking them into the arena with some different gear sets and stuff to really try and optimize their damage to take on some teams as well. If that all sounds exciting, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into it. So starting off here with Jetni the Giant, she is a relatively good nuker. I wouldn't say the best in the game, but she really comes into fruition once you've got that partner ability going on, because you would then grant the extra turn when killing an enemy with the Towering Might, and this will lead into the Barrier's Breach, which has a capability to ignore 20% of each target's defense, but has a non-resistible drop defense once you have that pairing going on. Also, with Nowhere to Hide on the passive, you will ignore all shield buffs when Alsgor's on the team, instead of just 20% more damage against targets under shields. So definitely a lot of value coming from the partner skill, and I really do hope that they give players a way to get him, right? Whether that be a champion training event or a potential guaranteed, right? I don't think players will be too unhappy with that, especially if you're going for the fusion, and he's a relatively good champion here. In terms of Alsgor, I've not really spoken about him on the channel yet, but he works as a very good block damage option with the Resounding Rally, because he places a block damage buff on a 4-turn cooldown, very similar to Roshguard the Tower or Helicaf, and I really want to see if he can play a role as good or better than a Helicaf. I'd be surprised if he does in terms of damage and utility, but we'll be covering that in today's video. But what makes him very unique for me is the fully healing of a target ally, right, in the same ability. Now, the team that I based him around today is, I want to be having block damage coverage on AoE 1 and 2 in the Clan Boss, and then on the stun turn, straight after that, once he places the block damage again, he's going to be able to fully heal your stun target who is not going to have block damage up. So for anybody trying to make some budget compositions, or you don't have any other block damage options in the future, if you manage to pull out Alsgor, I really want to showcase his actual utility instead of just showcasing two block damage champions put together and no one's taking damage, right? I feel like that's the best way to utilize this A3 here. But also can have some use in maybe the arena when you're trying to heal up some targets and all of that good stuff. Hopefully we can show that. And then leading into the A2 with the Crack the Sky, he has a 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs from all enemies, and this will be able to go through weak hits once you have the partner ability with Jetni in the same team. We'll also place a continuous heal buff for 2 turns, which is pretty nice, and being able to remove some buffs from champions in the arena can actually be very beneficial, but of course, there is that chance to get polymorphed like many champions out there nowadays in the meta. On the A1 with the Thunderous Maw, actually very cool for Clan Boss as well, because he has a great chance of increasing the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target by 1 turn. I do wish this was all debuffs, very similar to a Vizier Velis. But with the 2 random debuffs, still could keep some crucial ones up there, such as Drop Defense and Weaken, which you'll see in today's video. And then leading in with Trammel on the passive, when attacked will have a 50% chance to apply a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns on the attacker, but this will increase to a 100% chance when Jetni is on the same team. Now, when you think about the Iron Twins Fortress, this is a very strong ability, right? You're going to be able to keep that up consistently every single time you're attacked, granted that you have the accuracy stats. And I really do feel if it's a partner ability, the decreased speed should be non-resistible to make him shine even more. But having to build him with that excessive accuracy is something you're going to need to do if you want to think about building him for the Iron Twins Fortress here. He does have a resist in all battles as well, which is pretty nice for the arena, but we're not going to be using that. And I guess let's just go straight into the Clan Boss team. I feel like this is something that's very important for it. And you can see here that I've hit it 13 times today. I've gone in and out of the team, trying to optimize it, different options, and I finally settled on this one. And what it's based around is, we've got Mithrala Lifebane for the cleanse, especially after the stun target. We have got the non-resistible drop defense and nuking to see the damage capabilities of Jetni the Giant. We've then got Alsgor in here for the block damage to protect us on AoE 1 and 2. And then we've got Longbeard for the weaken and also the ally attack to bring in our targets to deal some bonus damage. So heading briefly into the team setup section, just to showcase how it's done, we've got Skull Crusher with an opener on Smash and then a first priority on Stonewall. And there is going to be one turn of manual phase, but this is the best way to not have to do so much manual in the beginning. Jetni the Giant has got a first priority on the drop defense ability, and then a second priority on the Towering Might, which is going to amplify her crit rate because we're only on 85%, which I did on purpose. But as I said, I'll be re-gearing it for the arena later on. And with Roller Life Bane, we're opening up with the Liberation of Pain for the poison debuff, followed by a first and second priority with the Brimming Silex. And after the manual phase, we can click auto and we'll be good to go. Longbeard, however you want to do it, I would recommend actually switching this around. Well, I guess we can open up with this one and leave it how it is. And this is going to enable us to get that weaken out immediately for that damage. And then Alsgor Crimsonhorn, I have taken off the Crack the Sky. We're not trying to remove any debuffs here. We just want to showcase the increasing of durations on the A1 and then the block damage with the heal as well. So let's just start this off here. So Alsgor is going to come in. Boom. As I showed with the presets, everybody's going to take their first abilities. There's the drop defense, which we did apply on the A1 as well, which is nice to catch it on each cycle. Here, you just want to take it off auto and do some A1s or whatever you want to do here. And go for some nukes. We're going to show you the ability here of how it looks like. It's like God of Thunder, but we've got it locked off for the rest of the battle. Come through with the ally attack because we now have the weaken on, trying to amplify some damage. We've got a bunch of poisons up. Do the A1 there with Skull Crusher, and then boom. Skull Crusher is going to take that stun, and he is not going to have block damage up on that stun turn every single time. And I've done this on purpose because traditionally you want to put block damage everywhere. You don't want to take any damage, and I understand that. But not every player has the luxury of 2 block damage options, whether that be Warcasters or Rush Guard or Helicath, right? So I really want to showcase how if you want to do a 2-key Ultra Nightmare or potential 1-key, if you bring in Vizier Velis and you have the stats to survive the 50 turns, how beneficial this can be for players, especially that Alsgor is going to fully heal your target. So every single time he drop below, when he puts the block damage up, he's going to be able to take them all the way back up to full, making sure that your run goes as smoothly as possible. Now from here, we can place auto. This is where any cleanser could come into this situation. If you want to be affinity friendly, I would recommend a Doom Priest because that will take you off the decreased speed for you. But for any other affinity, having just one single cleanse champion is more than enough. Now, you're going to see here, damage is starting to ramp up. Longbeard putting in a bunch of damage as well. Skull Crush 132k, my gosh. A1 of Jetni actually putting in some work as well, guys. Let's see how much she does on the other skills here. So there we go, 72,000 there. And boom, stun goes up, cleanse goes out. And this is the theme for the entirety of the fight, guys. And for anybody that wants to replicate this composition, you can use the exact same speeds I'll showcase after the run with a Helicath, right? Or Rush Guard the tower. But what you're going to need to do is have a form of leech in the team or potentially put lifesteal on your stun target so they have a form of getting their health back, right? 100%. 180,000 coming out from Jetni there as well. Pretty nice damage multipliers for the clan boss. I wouldn't say something insane, but obviously if we're going to showcase both, might as well put them in the team. And yeah, just a really cool synergy, right? There is definitely ways to optimize it, as I said before, with the double block damage. But what I'm going to do is let you guys enjoy the rest of the run. I'll come back to you towards the end. We'll see where we took it. We'll discuss other options and then showcase everybody's gear in this team. Let's get right into it. Alright then, so we just capped out at 61.2 million damage dealt, so we never quite reached the 1 key, but as I said, with a Visito Velis where you've got full coverage of the debuffs, you could definitely see a better value. And we've also got no Brimstone in the team, so being able to throw that in is definitely going to add to the numbers, pushing you towards that 1 key. Also, it's not fully optimized, I'd say, so if you have a chance to keep Skullcrusher alive, as you've seen in this run, unfortunately he dropped off a little bit early, but we still reached that 50 turns threshold once we took a few turns after that. We just fell a little bit short on the survivability. Jetni the Giant as well, 14 million, Mithrala Life being on 21 million, 11 million on Longbeard, and 8 million on Alsgor. But overall, for a 1-to-1 ratio, can't really complain, right? And with less gear that I'm showing today, this would easily pump out a 2-key Ultra Nightmare every single day for players. So overall, I'd say it's a plus, right? 100%. So in terms of the gear and the masteries that I use for the Clan Boss segment, it's going to go as so. We just tried to optimize the stats here. We've gone for like crit damage, we've gone for attack percent, we've gone for more attack percent here as well. And because we've got a non-resistible drop defense, we don't really have to worry about the accuracy on Jetni, right? The crit rate, I do recommend 100% usually, but because she amplifies it with the increased crit rate, there might be pockets where it falls off, but still being able to have that in there could alleviate some of the stress if you're struggling to optimize damage. We've got pretty high crit damage as well at 288% because we really need to showcase the potential. 6.1k attack, and in terms of masteries, we have gone for the offense tree heading down to War Master. This will be the theme for multiple champions. And then we've gone the defensive tree trying to proc some counterattacks throughout the run. And yeah, pretty much it. We've gone for like attack as well. We've gone for crit damage on the amulet. And then we've gone for attack on the banner as well, because we do not need accuracy, right? So just trying to add more damage there. And all of the skills are booked in this composition. And then leading into Skullcrusher, a very similar thing. I tried to optimize a bit of damage here. I was actually interested to see its damage potential. But what you could do is just go for more survivability if you want to. We've gone defense percent all around the board, especially with him being our stun target, being at 4.6k defense. You want to be aiming for at least 4.2k. 172 speed, 100% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and accuracy and resistance we're not caring about in this build. And then same masteries as Jetni the Giant as to be expected and fully booked here. In terms of the speed for Jetni, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but it's 177. Longbeard. Once again, we're just trying to optimize damage here. We've gone crit damage, attack percent all around the board. And then we also got accuracy on the banner because we do have a weakened debuff. And it's actually very cool with Longbeard because he's got a 2-turn weaken on a 2-turn cooldown. I actually forgot about this. I thought it was a 3-turn. So having a 2-turn weaken is going to make this very, very consistent. And probably one of the most consistent ones out there in the game. We've got the ally attack as well, which will amplify damage by 20%. So if you're seeing extra damage on the board, it's probably coming from Longbeard's A3 here. And overall stats, we've gone for a 4.7k attack, 173 speed, 100% crit rate, over 300% crit damage. I wanted to see his numbers today, and he did impress me with the A2. And accuracy just above the threshold that we need to hit the clan boss, right? But it's definitely not needed. When I first tried the run, I still did very similar numbers without the output of damage that I've got. Offense tree, we're going down to the War Master, and this one a little bit different with the support tree, trying to extend the value of that weaken so the poison doesn't override it, and we're trying to mitigate that. Alsgor Crimsonhorn we do have in a Guardian build, especially we're trying to tank up a bit of the heat coming onto our Skullcrusher for the stun phase, as he has the wearer absorbs 10% of all damage dealt to all allied champions, so alleviating some of that stress is going to be very beneficial. And overall stats, we've gone for high HP, trying to amplify his damage. Close to 100% crit rate, couldn't quite get there. But I did have Kreela the Witch Arm before, which is the reason why he's a bit low here. 247% crit damage, 247 speed, And this is where you want him to be that 4-to-3 ratio. And the accuracy really doesn't matter, but of course we will be rebuilding him for the arena very soon. And masteries, we've gone for the offense and defense once again. With Rala Lifebane, we have gone for the offense tree down to the War Master, and then we're trying to extend the value of the poisons with the support tree. She is going at 183 speed, so fastest of the bunch after Alsgor Crimsonhorn, and that's very important to play the role of a cleanse champion to take off that stun. And she plays very crucial roles here, especially with the increased attack as well. Very beneficial to amplify the damage of our Jetni the Giant. But as I said, many ways to switch this around. Do you need Jetni in the team? Absolutely not, right? Because you're not really getting any bonus value from Alsgor here. You can't decrease speed the clan boss. You can remove increased attack, but do you really care about that in block damage? Nope. And nothing else is really playing a big playing field here. But if you do want to put Jetni in the team, she is going to have a non-resistible drop defense, so for players that can't reach the accuracy and damage, could be beneficial. And if you do want to manipulate Skull Crusher in a way to tank up the stun without relying on the heal, and you just want him to survive, you could delay the Stonewall passive a little bit, put it up just before the stun, have the unkillable up just in time, so you can't take any damage there. So that could be a very cool way to utilize Skull Crusher in that way to create an unkillable composition. So let me just rebuild these champions. We're going to the arena to wrap up this video, and hopefully Jetni can make some people jet in the opposite direction. Let's go. Okay then, so we just re-geared her a little bit, tried to optimize more attack percent and crit damage throughout the substats. So now we've got 6,150 attack, pretty decent. We've got 171 speed, 100% crit rate, 282% crit damage, and we don't need accuracy because we will be pairing it with Alsgor, who I'm actually going to leave in the same gear set. I feel like the Guardian's going to work out very nice, and he's already going pretty fast at 247, giving us a chance to put up that block damage in that team. But yeah, pretty decent damage here as well, so we might be able to see him smack. So let's just go up against Rub Nades first. It's Nub Raids in disguise, and hopefully we can deal a bunch of damage here. We did showcase this team yesterday in a video, so it might be pretty much the same here. And I actually just recorded all of this part already, and then what happened, guys, I forgot to put the offensive masteries on. I still had it in War Master. I managed to actually beat some teams though, which was pretty cool, but then I was like, nah, I need to showcase their full potential again. So we're going to go for a round 2. So here we're just going to try and strip some buffs. There we go. We're going to get an increased attack on. And then because now we've got the extra turn mechanic, if we manage to kill an enemy, boom, we can now come in with an extra turn with the A2, ignore the shield potential, and boom, kill off some other targets here. And then right now we can pretty much click auto. We're going to be placing the block damage from Alsgor, also healing himself, which is tremendous for survivability. I'm actually a big fan of Alsgor. Let me know which one you guys like more. Do you like Jetni more or Alsgor? There we go. An extra turn's coming through again. Boom. And there we go. Absolute annihilation. 410,000 damage. Putting in the work here in the classic arena. Let's go in for a round 2. See if we can try something very similar here. Take up auto. I like having a bit of manual encounters. Gonna get the block damage up straight away this time, because we do have some nasty stuff that can come through. There we go. We're going to try to kill some people. Boom, boom. Managed to kill the Rotos with a double hit. Coming with the nukes and kaboom. We've got a stone skin there on the Ursiga Warcaller. Not the best. It's a bit scary, a bit spooky. And boom, 250,000 damage on the second one. So let's go in for a round 3. Let's try to find a different fun team here. Let's go up against J Gigs. Shout out to J Gigs. Now, you could be using someone like a Yameko or a Kaimar. They're preferable to make sure you can psych your abilities as much times as possible, and it's going to be really good. We're going to get a block damage up here, so we're not trying to get perilled, right? That's going to be a scary time. We did get a freeze debuff on, unfortunately, which isn't ideal. Okay, right here, we could just go for a big nuke. Go for a reset. Oof. We have a 2-time hitter there, which is nice. Ooh, we can get an increased attack back on again. We need to get the block damage up so we do not take any damage. And what happened? He's able to heal up the target ally. So now Jetni the Giant all the way back up to full HP. So by the time the block damage finishes, we're not in a bad situation. Now we're going to come in for another big nuke here. Boom, boom. Killing off some targets. We killed somebody. We can come in with the next turn. And kaboom. Just have to finish for the torments now. So definitely doing a lot more damage than before. Like, before it was good, but we wasn't getting through as much, right? We wasn't getting through as much. And then for this final team, we're going to go up against Hell Hades himself and take on this scary +4 Cupidus. We don't want to be seeing that. It's a scary time. All right, hopefully we can get full control here. Put a bit of a sleep on. We're going to get the block damage up because Cupidus is an absolute wrecking ball, right? We don't want to be dealing with that. Hopefully we can kill somebody here, which we didn't. That's fine. We got the block damage up. We got the cleanse. This is why we got the reset. Get the block damage up again. Increase attack. And remember, we're ignoring the shield values, and that's very important with the partner ability here. Coming for another nuke. Boom, boom. Killed off the Cupidus. Coming with the AoE. And kill off the Venus there as well, which is nice. And then we can pretty much click auto from this point, right? And we'll be completely fine getting through this. Stripping some buffs. All right, here we go. 2-time hit on the A1. Actually, some decent damage coming out from that. Remember, we haven't got any drop defense or weaken. Unfortunately, we can't put budget teams because everyone on the test server has pretty much got platinum level teams. So we have to be bringing in the Beastie Boys to showcase the potential. But putting in a lot of work. I feel like the synergy is very nice. I'm a big fan. There we go. So yeah, guys, well, 493,000 damage. My gosh. She was putting in the work there. So yeah, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully we showcase a good amount for Jetni the Giant, also the partner ability in Alsgor Crimsonhorn, and the ways that I'd be utilizing their skill set if I manage to have both. Like I said, if you are going for the fusion, good luck on it. And also, hopefully they bring some way to summon Alsgor, whether that be a champion training event or a guaranteed, so players going for it can actually unlock the full value of Jetni the Giant. I'll catch you guys in a video soon. Have an amazing rest of your day, and peace.